literally replicating everything we do in our marriage here. Well,
Not everything.
apart from some things.
Hello people, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. Super excited every time you guys are here, and today I'm even more super excited. I don't know if that's a thing, but I have with me my friend, my sister, my cousin, my family friend, all of the above. Her name is
Made Opaluwa.
Yeah, and my name is Bologi TV, the name of the channel. Alright, so today we're going to be sharing with you guys what we've learned from our friendship. If you haven't seen our previous videos, we did a video where we kind of like, you get to know some things about the dynamics of our friendship, like how long we've been friends and all of that. But I have gotten a few questions about friendship. So I decided who better to bring than her, So yeah, we're just going to be sharing with you some things that we have learned from our friendship in particular. All right, you guys ready? Let's go. So, want to start?
Friendship is intentional, generally, but in our friendship, we've been intentional, and I don't even think like we actually sat down to be intentional. we just we just were like intentional. I think it also helps that we're sensible people, so it doesn't make it hard to be intentional, right? It doesn't mean that like there haven't been arguments or fights, but I mean just the fact that okay, this person, it's almost like marriage. I'm doing life with this person. In fact, my mom will say, you guys will live to 100 and all of that. So we don't even have a choice in this friendship matter.
We honestly don't.
We don't have a choice. Like, so we have to put in the work. So I think intentionality, like putting in the work, checking up on each other, praying for each other, whether the person knows or not.
And then praying with each other.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot of work, honestly, like marriage, but intentionality.
It actually is a lot of work. I was going to say that it also helps that you and your friend share the same values. I've had friendship. Maddie always teases me and says I have a lot of friends, and I've heard that my first friend in this life is still my friend. My closest friend in primary school is still my friend. So I hear that, but I have also had friends that, because of seasons where we started to have different values, you drift apart. Now, it doesn't mean that all you guys must be the same, but your core values must be compatible, must be the same. You must share the same core values, when it comes to things like God. Like, I mean, if for example we're not of the same faith, then if I had a serious issue that I needed to pray about, I can't go to her, because how are we going to pray? Which prayer will we pray? You get? So like sharing the same values, wanting to enjoy life, wanting to have a good marriage, wanting to, have the best for your family, wanting to work hard, wanting to, all of these things just help you to always have a point where you converge. Because if you're trying to be better in this, if I know she's trying to be better in this and I'm also trying to be better in this, when I see something I can send to her, when she sees something she can send to me, but we're going in different directions, then the things that will make us cross paths are few. So just having the same values actually has helped even the intentionality of it.
Another thing I would say is respect. The popular saying, respect is reciprocal, right? We've had to learn respect. So it's easy to also take someone who you've known for a while for granted, because I mean, see finish, we just enter inside the friendship. But we've had to respect our careers, respect our ministries, respect the anointing on our heads, respect our marriages, respect our boundaries, our do's, our don'ts, or our likes and dislikes. So respect is a huge part of our friendship. And like I said, these things, it's not like we've really spoken about it. Like just sat down and just drop terms and conditions of our friendship. As we've grown, we've become more matured. We have been intentional about ourselves as well, like individually and together. So I know certain things that she likes. I know certain things that she does not like. I mean, recently something happened, and I just knew from like her reaction to like, oh, she didn't like this, you know. And when she sent me a message, I was like, yep, I knew that you didn't like this. So I mean, we have grown, you know, become matured in our friendship individually. We've grown to understand that this person likes this thing, this person doesn't like this thing. I mean, at this stage of our friendship, if I do something that she doesn't like, I did it intentionally. And I did it intentionally, like to annoy her, to upset her, you know, not because I do not know. Yeah, I mean, we'll still discover things as we grow on, you know. You cannot know everything, you know. Now we don't know everything about ourselves now, but we know enough to be able to help us respect ourselves, you know. Just respect generally, really. Like, I don't know how else is this.
I think they get it.
Yeah.
So another thing is, hard conversations are part of friendship. If there's one person that we should not be friends again, it's actually us, because we've gone through at least two major things, and then other small, but at least two major things that could have actually broken us, you know, and all of that. But we had to sit down, sometimes multiple times, because sometimes you cannot resolve something in one sitting. We've had to sit down multiple times to like, okay, this is where I was coming from, this is where you were coming from. Oh, I was wrong, I'm sorry. Oh, you know, just understand. And even if there are some things that you still don't agree with, because I mean, you are two different human beings, you won't agree on everything. As much as your values, the important things, you should agree on to an extent. But even when you disagree, you can still, like she said, respectfully disagree. This relationship, this friendship is more important than my ego, my trying to be right, my hurt, my whatever. So it helps you when there is quality in a relationship to be able to look past certain things, knowing that your friend will not, like she said, if you do something wrong, because you're intentionally trying to look for trouble, not like you are intentionally like, okay, today I'm going to upset her, and you are serious too, like that one is demon something. You know, like, so it's not you're not intentionally trying to hurt your friend or upset anything. So you must place your friendship and really value it above your ego, like your whatever it is. Like she said, it's kind of like marriage, because you have to just put some things down and have the tough conversation sometimes, and make sure that something good comes out of it. And like, okay, I've learned more about this person, I would not do this again, whatever it is. So yeah, it's not all smooth and rosy and no issues at all. Some people run at the first sight of issues in friendship. In our generation, we like to cut people off. We like to burn the bridge. We have a lot of slangs that make it look right. But if you continue to do that, you wake up one day and there's nobody around you. Because I'm not perfect and she's not perfect. So the truth is that we will step on each other's toes. But we have to be like, okay, no, I value this friendship enough to do the work. I value this friendship enough to, you know, just mend bridges when, you know, there are issues and whatnot. Yeah.
So another thing I'm going to talk about is accommodation. Not like housing,
It's like,
but like being accommodating of the other person's, should I say, excesses or flaws. Like she said earlier, we're not perfect, we're two imperfect people, but something happens and you decide to choose the friendship over that, because this is not a big deal and we don't have to sit down and have a conversation about it. Like, it's not everything that happens that you sit down and have a conversation about. Maybe you can mention it in passing later or something, but it's not everything. So you have to also be accommodating. Like I said, this friendship is like marriage. Because you're literally replicating everything that you do in marriage. That's what we're doing, like literally replicating everything we do in our marriage here. Well,
Not everything.
apart from some things. But a lot of things, there are similar values, really. You have to be accommodating. Like I said, she has a lot of friends. She has a lot of people in her life. But I'm not, what's the word? I don't feel out of place, right? Like, I know my place.
By other friends.
I don't feel threatened by her other friends. If anything, I am accommodating. If I walked into a place and she was with other people who are her friends, people I know that she has mentioned to me or have seen on her status or something, I'm very accommodating. Oh, hi, how are you? Because I believe that she's not going to be with not sensible people. Do you understand? I mean, so the friends that she has have similar values. I mean, these are people that I probably will not be close to, but there are people that I can also have a conversation with.
Yeah.
So you have to be accommodating. It's not everything that has to lead to an argument, lead to a fight or something. Ask yourself, okay, this thing, would it affect us in 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Because I feel like those are the things that you need to sit down and have a conversation about.
Yeah.
If it's not going to affect you people in the next 1 minute, please move on. there's really no point.
Yeah, then I think another thing with friendship is vulnerability. Right? You have to be able to like open up. You have to be vulnerable. You cannot, and for somebody to be vulnerable with you, you also have to be vulnerable with that person. Because if it's one-sided, the person that is being vulnerable at some point will stop. Because you start feeling like, is it only me that have problem in life? Or you start feeling, this person does not tell me anything. Are they carrying my gist somewhere? Or just whatever it is. So you cannot do friendship without vulnerability. You have to be able to open up and all of that. And then there's something that my mom's friend always says, friendship is expensive. Friendship is expensive, and it's not just about money or anything. Your time, especially your time, actually. Yeah. Because I think that's one of the biggest things you give to friendship. And funny enough, we haven't been in the same city for a while. Yeah. And to be honest, I was like, hey, how is this going to be? Like, are we going to drift apart and all of that? But you still have to give your time, even if you're not in the same location. Yeah. It means that, we may not be able to talk 2 hours every day, but at a point, you need to check in and have a proper call and not just chat. Because sometimes people can hide behind chats, no matter how close you are. But there's a way you will hear, there's a way your friend will say hello. Your next question is, are you okay? So you have to give your time, you have to give sometimes your resources to just be there for your friends and be ready to know that friendship is not cheap. It's something that you have to just be very intentional and ready to give. So have fun, make memories. This life is very long. It is. And life can be stressful, really. I mean, you're working, there are demands of that. There are the demands of ministry, of marriage, of children, of, one thing I'm really grateful for is that we did as much as we could before marriage. Like, I mean, we could have done more, but we did as much as we could before marriage. From staycations to budget planning to going for programs together to doing the silliest things, just a lot of memories. Accountability. Traveling. A lot.
Just have fun. It doesn't have to be streets. I mean, I don't know. How can friendship be streets?
And you see something that making memories does. I shared this also a bit about relationship, but it also applies in friendship. When you make memories with somebody, you get closer to that person. You guys have more things to talk about. You see something that reminds you of something both of you experienced together. So make memories. Yes, life has its demands and all of that. So sometimes you have to plan at a certain stage when like a lot is happening and you're not as free as you used to be, whether the demands of work or whatever. You may have to like plan. You have to be like intentional. You have to be like, okay, so we're going to do this on so day. and put it aside, whether online or offline, it still works. I think there was a time we did a movie, us and our other friends, like we picked a movie. We're in different locations. We're like in 4 cities. We're like in 4 different cities. We picked a movie and watched it at the same time. You get those kinds of things. So even when there's physical like barrier, the intentionality still allows you to make a memory as much as you can. Yeah, so
I think the last thing I'll say is be prayerful. I mean, this is a Christian channel, so we cannot go talk about God. Very, very important. You know, there are certain things that God wants to teach you through your friendship, so you have to be sensitive in your spirit. There are certain things God will reveal to you about your friend, and not necessarily a bad thing, right? Something that may help them, something that may help you. I feel like the closer you are in everything and spiritually, the more sensitive you become to your friend's plight. The way she was saying earlier that you can pick up the phone and from the person's hello, you know that something is wrong. So you also have to apply that to spirituality as well. Have to be prayerful. We've had to pick out time to pray together, apart, whether we knew, whether we didn't know, we've had to do that. You know, there are certain things that words of encouragement are not enough. You have to. Why are you laughing?
Because it's true now. There's some things in life that are more words of encouragement does not cut it though.
You have to pray. You have to be like, okay, this one.
Might they be like, so when are we fasting? We're fasting tomorrow.
Exactly, this
Not
is the
joking.
spirit. Because I mean, especially after getting married, you know, you just realize that whatever prayer you've been praying before, you have to do it like times 10 now. So yes, I mean, prayer very important. Has to be a huge. It shouldn't even be awkward. I mean, it should not be awkward. You should be able to pick up the phone to say, "Oh, I prayed for you today," or "I'm going to pray for you today," or "I fasted on your behalf," or something. It should not be awkward, really. I think there's another thing too. The last point. There should be no awkwardness. The way I was saying that it should not be strict. It should not be. Friendship is not awkward. There should not be awkwardness. I don't think we have any awkwardness. I mean, in our own case, we can't have awkwardness. I cannot say it on camera, but we cannot have.
I know what you want to say. Please don't say it on camera. Yeah, then celebrate your friend's wins.
Yeah.
Let your friend be able to know that if this thing, if I'm working on something and it comes through for me, I can share with this friend.
Yep.
Do you get, like, celebrate, even if you are also waiting for that thing or something else, celebrate your friend's win. Celebrate it. Let them know that you are in their corner. Let them not feel bad sharing good news with you. Do you understand? Because I know that there are times when, obviously not in this friendship, but some other friendships in the past, that maybe I have good news and I can't share with this friend because I'm like, I beg, before it be like as if you're showing off. And then on the flip side, you that is celebrating, be also sensitive to your friend.
Yeah.
Be also sensitive. You know your friend. You know if this thing that just came through for you, they are hoping for it. It's not like don't share, but also be sensitive. I don't know how to put it. So you're not like rubbing it, and then be truthful. I remember when I was engaged, she wasn't yet in a relationship. She had just gotten out of a relationship. Even though she still ended up marrying 4 months after me, because I mean, there's speed in the spirit, just for another day. So I was engaged December. I was to be married September. Now, early 2019, she wasn't in a relationship. And I mean, we're going together to check for wedding dresses, and she was my maid of honor, right? I remember one time I had to ask her, like, are you fine? Like, are you okay? I know I'm getting married and everything, and you just came out of a relationship. And she was honest enough with me to say, honestly, I'm fine. Yes, sometimes I think about it. And she was honest enough to admit, just be sensitive. So in celebrating each other, you also need to be sensitive, really. Okay, so I think the last thing I would say is that remember that because you and your friend are different, how do I put it? Because people are different, you would express friendship differently.
Okay.
Do you understand? And it's okay. So, for example, you might have a friend that before you say, I'm having a birthday, she has come to your house. She may not bring a gift, but she will help you clear the whole house. She will help you decorate. She will help you clean. She will help you do all of that. You may have another friend that, say you're celebrating, she would have sent you money to add to food. She may come late that day. You have another friend that, when you say you have this thing, she'll be calling every day, so how is it going? Is there anything I can do? Friends express friendship differently. So don't expect exactly the same way you give to be given back to you. Try and understand that, and don't also be under pressure to give the same way your friend gives. Do you get what I'm saying? Because like, you people are different, and that's the beauty of friendship. If you people were giving the same way every time, it can get monotonous. So basically, just allow your friend, like, allow yourselves to be individuals. Don't be clones. Don't be doing Queen Bee. Everybody must bow down to you every time you want to dictate how your friend should do something. It doesn't work like that. You know, if your friend says, this is how I want to do something, respect their own desire. Respect how they want to do their things. Made said in her proposal, she wanted only the person that would propose to her, and the photographer. You think I did not want to be there? But I mean, behind the curtain, if I said I'll be behind the curtain, I'll just jump out. You know, me and her husband did some of the planning together, but that's what she said. And you have to respect. You have to respect it, you know, so that it doesn't have to be, oh, because you were there as my own proposal, I must be there as your own proposal. It's not competition. So understand that you and your friend are different people, and give yourselves the freedom. Give your friend the freedom to be their self, as long as they're not doing anything, you know, sinful or committing crime or anything. This is your friend's personality. This is what your friend would rather do. I would rather that they wear makeup and come and sit down here, for example. But I've given up. Even if we say we want to do photo shoot today, she's not gonna wear. And she's a makeup artist though. Not to say she not fit. But that's her. And it's okay. I mean, she's still delivering value. You get. So like, just allow the individuality of your friend to blossom. Both of you be your individual selves. Respect it, celebrate it, give love the way you know to give love, and receive love from them the same way.
Speak your friend's love language.
Basically, right? So I think we've dropped a few things.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
It's not good to be alone now.
Honestly, you can't do life alone.
You can't do it alone. Yeah.
Remember that line that Isiaha said in Beautified? There's a line in the spirit that connects you with people you must do life with.
Yeah.
I've never forgotten that line. There are some people apart from your spouse that you must do life with. Don't allow stupid things tear you apart, and then you become a loner. The devil isolates a lot of people and then destroys them from there. So just choose wisely. And then do life together. Alright guys, I think with this we call it a wrap.
I've convinced you guys
and not confused you guys.
the friendship
is great.
What's quite important.